Hi, this is Ian Dunican from Sleep for Performance and University of Western Australia. You may remember me from my recent short video audio abstract on the judo study. Today I'm going to talk about another publication in the European Journal of Sports Science, Caffeine Use in a Super Rugby Game and its relationship to post-game sleep. So why do we do this study? Well, first of all, we couldn't find any papers that discussed the effects of caffeine on sleep in elite athletes or even any athletes. We see that many studies have been conducted in regards to caffeine as an ergogenic aid for performance, and there was little or no kind of consideration given to the effect of the timing of caffeine on recovery and sleep. So just a short note to acknowledge my contributors here from Super Rugby Team, the Western Force, and from the staff at the University of Western Australia and the Australian Institute of Sport. So we took 23 game players from a Super Rugby team. So 15 played a game and 8 interchanges. And we basically assessed their sleep in the days leading up to the game and the night of the game and after the game. On the game night, 2 to 3 hours before the game, we collected saliva samples from these athletes to assess pre-game caffeine levels. And we also collected post-game caffeine saliva samples after the game to, basically quantify post-game caffeine levels as well. And so what we found in this paper or in this study is that we can just have a quick look here at some of the anthropometric data of these athletes and some of their general caffeine consumption prior to the game over a typical week. See that here. And mostly caffeine is consumed in the morning between 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And so as we move down here through the methods, we can see in the results the effect on sleep. And we can see here that this is sleep latency, the time to fall asleep. A few small little differences here, but nothing, nothing really significant. On game night, it was quite low actually, probably just due to the time of day they fell asleep. And that's what we can see here. If we look at the time of sleep onset, we can see that it's quite delayed, so approximately 2:30 in the morning. And this is due to the effect of a night game and probably the caffeine as well, which resulted in a reduction in sleep duration. This is the awakenings throughout the night. So not so many awakenings on the night of the game, but the night afterwards, maybe just due to the impact of the game. And then we look at the reduction in sleep efficiency or sleep quality, which occurred due to the effect of sleep duration and the time awake as well, and how that basically, was quite even across the week. So a couple of things on this is athletes do not tend to sleep in or delay sleep the next morning, delay time awake and compensate for this reduction in sleep duration. This is due to habitual time awake, so they're fairly locked into this regimen. And also as well, if you look at this line here and this line here, and here, this is the self-reported measures of sleep. So athletes are not too bad here at knowing what time to go to bed and what time to wake up, but pretty poor at identifying the amount of sleep that they get. So really what athletes are good at is identifying the time in bed. When we look at caffeine before the game and after the game, we see a statistically significant jump in terms of the levels of caffeine within the saliva of these athletes, which is here. And then you can see the individual measures here. So 17 of the athletes out of 23 did have significant increases in caffeine levels, and you can see there's a couple of there that stayed the same and 1 or 2 that sort of declined across the game. One of the reasons that this kind of increase or spike in caffeine is attributed to is the consumption of caffeine at half time. However, due to the pharmacokinetics of caffeine, it takes about an hour to peak in the system. Consuming caffeine at half time really did not have any ergogenic benefits to the athletes, and really this is why we see this effect in sleep after the game. So as with lots of things, timing is everything. We can see that caffeine did have a relationship here to the changes in sleep latency and also in the changes to sleep efficiency, and was not statistically significant but fairly close there at 0.06 in terms of sleep duration. So from this paper, we can kind of look at the applications or what should happen, and really in a Super Rugby game or with an elite athlete team like this, the timing of the caffeine is crucial. And so for any team consuming caffeine as an ergogenic aid, and also pre-workout should be included in that, consideration should be given to the dosage to the athletes, so 3 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, no more than that, and also should not be consumed greater than an hour probably before the game, and particularly for rugby, but that's probably just enough to get them through that game of 80 minutes. So timing of caffeine is a crucial aspect in this and may affect sleep and recovery in the post-game nights after a game.